in the road of the ancient Aarolendei city.
Why was that book in a lead box?
Well, obviously they either were putting it away for a very long time, or they didn't want somebody to find it. I found it in a wall. There was a loose brick that I pulled out, and there was a hole in the wall.
It was so somebody could know however long later it took for somebody to find it, that they weren't as bad as they've been made to seem.
That could be the case. But this other thing that you found seems pretty...
There's no date on that one.
Right, it wasn't hidden.
No, and obviously Hector and Bilphus had a hold of it.
So that makes me think that there was some... Let's say it like this. If it was fine for that book to be around, it wouldn't be in a wall.
I mean, I appreciate the perspective, but I also don't think that just one drow's account of the entire race is, you know, it's anecdotal at best.
It was detailing their cultural practices. Obviously, what happened in the one that you found around Hector's campsite was written much later.
Yeah, I don't
After
deny
many
that.
other things happened.
Yeah, I don't deny that. Hold on, I'm not saying that the second one is bad.
I think it's
That the later one is bad.
I think it's kind of bad.
You think it's kind of bad? How? It's damning of the Magi at Tristfall and the prideful High Elves.
I'm not a fan of the High Elves myself, but that doesn't mean that everything in that account can be considered on the up and up. I mean, I'm not trying to pass a judgment or anything. I'm just saying that it seems a little eerie. Does it not?
There was something that happened to the elves, the Aarolendei, that changed them.
For the worse.
Yes.
I agree.
I mean, I'd be a little angsty too if some giant blue dragon came and tried to wipe out my species.
Just because it's understandable doesn't mean that it's like
Permissible.
permissible. No, just it's less good than the original, than the older document. That's obvious. Whatever turn came to the Aarolendei was a dark turn.
Well, we don't know if these are just individually held beliefs. I don't think we can like politically ascribe it to the entire race. See?
Which is not what I'm doing. I'm just saying that something bad happened, and
They had
as a
to
result,
do what they had to do.
Yeah.
With what they were given. No matter the consequence of it, as long as it meant their survival.
that's what I've read.
I mean, I just appreciate the perspective. We understand now that they really valued transmutation magic, and we understand a little more now about the gods they worship, and we understand a little more now about their motivations as of current. You seem really beat up, Vivian. You alright?
I just, the memories I have, of the Aarolendei were of them throwing me into a pit that was filled with other living and dead elves. The one that was written and sealed in the box is, I guess, what I was hoping I was going to be able to find when I got my memories back. That I was going to be able to go somewhere and find people who would be caring and and love each other and be pursuing something together. And I know it was the direct opposite from what my memories were telling me. I was hoping that
Well, we don't know that that's all lost.
the Drow that are in the Forest of Amteron aren't going to accept me. I'm a necromancer. It's fine. It's something I've been coming to terms with for a while. That, I don't really know if I want to know. I don't know if I want to have my memories back. The only thing necromancy has given me is loneliness and probably unchangeable taint on my soul, for which I'm gonna be punished if I die. And the other things that we've read, I've thought those exact things on my journey. So if I find people like me, I didn't want them to. I thought that was just me surviving. I just thought that maybe if I found wherever I came from, or who might be looking for me, or what, that I would have a home. But no one is going to. They don't have a home. They don't have security. They don't have joy. And it's not like I'm going to find my master or find some enclave of necromancers and they're going to accept me with great affection. I just wish that I had some sort of choice. But all I see is that I'm fated to live a sad life. And then when I die, I'm just going to experience more pain than I've already had up here. And none of it seems worth it. The only thing I want is to save Hector, and then I have no one to want. I don't have anywhere to go. And I've already dug myself so deep into this pit of this magic because I clung to it for so long, thinking that if I kept practicing, that it was a link to where I was supposed to go. I just don't know if the person I was is somebody I want to be anymore. It's just, I just can't see any future that isn't just so lonely.
Do you know who you want to be?
I've been pursuing my memories the entire time I've been out. And I've made so many enemies. I think that, I think that if I can save Hector, if that can be the one final good thing I do, I might just give myself over to Servius. And I might as well go through whatever torture mortals see fit to punish a necromancer, and then maybe I can just die and go through whatever punishment Mortum thinks fits a necromancer, and I guess I can just hope that after going through all of that, that somehow what I've done to myself will be gone, and I can live a happier next life than the one I have now.
I understand that you're feeling in much despair and really defeated, but there's no reason to go saying such brash things as giving yourself over to Berservia.
I've done nothing good.
It is not true.
I let that cleric who saved Nasu's life be punished because I was...
Listen. I resented you for quite some time when you did that. I knew that man. He was a nice man. But you are not responsible for it in the fact that for Servius was in power and that saving someone's life is a punishment by torture. That is not your fault. And what were you going to do? Give your life for some man you had never met? That is an ideal that is talked about a lot. I would not do that. And I am considered holy man. Still would not give up my own life to save someone I would not. I do not know. At least not right now, I don't think. I have much to learn. Much to see.
I don't think there's much I can give back other than doing whatever form of penance I can and removing myself.
Why do you think that Mortum would punish you?
Because that's what I've been told, that
From whom?
that what I do is that Mortum is a neutral being except when it comes to necromancers. Because we infringe on his realm and we take from him and we abuse the life force that he tries to protect.
Then they spoke to him directly, I'm assuming. Mortum. They went down and asked them, how do you feel about necromancers?
Why would necromancers? I mean, obviously a mortal life is a temptation to most anyway, but it is an added benefit to not face whatever consequences there are for abusing that kind of magic.
Well, I don't know. I cannot see Mortum, who somehow ferries serial killers and child murderers back up as new souls with no memories. They are just souls. They are not the people that they are connected to, but somehow singles out necromancy. You are no child murderer, yes? Not murdered children or serial killed people?
The things that a necromancer is capable of goes beyond taking life.
Do you think
Wantonly.
Glaucon will be ferried back up?
Yes, probably.
A person who has supposedly committed genocide is better than you. Somehow I think Mortum is a bit smarter than the people that told you this. Or he just simply does not care. You think he checks every soul? It is simply ridiculous. I stepped on many flowers on the way here. I felt bad about all of them. And their souls or their energy ferried back to Mortum. And I doubt that he checked the flowers to see if they were good flowers. It is, the point being is that thousands of souls every minute. Mortum does not care. You are small potatoes for him.
You don't know either, though.
I don't. But I think it is ridiculous to think that someone like Glaucon or someone like a leech would would still be ferried up.
A lich wouldn't be.
Possibly. I don't know. I've never heard this nonsense. This is my opinion. I think you have much more to look forward to than you think.
I'm not saying I wouldn't be ferried back up. I would hope that I could be. I just mean that a firm talking to would probably be in order, if that's how I'm gonna phrase it.
That seems just to be what you think you deserve. But if we got what we deserved, I would be out of a job.
Oh,
I've
true.
seen a lot. I've seen a lot of souls who. I've seen some souls who don't deserve help. According to some cosmic scale or whatever morality we'd like to apply to. The thing about it is, it doesn't matter to me, and I don't think it matters to Mortum at all. How old are you, Vivian?
I don't know. I think in my 20s.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm looking at the DM.
You don't know.
I don't know.
You elves live a long time. So many, many lifetimes of us mere humans compounded on top of each other, stretching far back and far forward. Your history, these books are amazing. The amount of things your people knew, your people did. Unfortunately, things that your people experienced. I think you can crack out a few more good things before you go.
True.
I think you have plenty of time. And if we were to judge these books like you're judging yourself, I guess we should just toss them into the fire. But no, there's a bunch of beautiful things in there. Elegant things, culture, things lost to time, lost to storytellers. Even my father didn't tell stories like this. I think it's a shame with how few of you there are for you to leave.
Wasn't that not the purpose of box? So that you could find it. Maybe you are seed to old Aarolendei, yes? I do not know. I think it is good thought that you carry on not the anger, but the, reverence for all things.
And the anger that you feel is not, you're not crazy, you're not alone. A bunch of intelligent people thought the same thing, or something similar.
Oh, you think yourself cursed in more ways than one. But Nasu is cursed, yes. He is not the sins of his past. You are not the sins of your species past. That is ridiculous.
It's not just being an Aarolendei. I don't think that's a sin.
Necromancy.
I'm saying turning to necromancy for protection, using it as a crutch, using it as a place to stamp out yourself into this world that doesn't appreciate you. It's not something that's not understandable. Reading this pamphlet, I feel empathy, I feel sadness that people were brought to this point. I don't feel disgust. I don't feel like judging them. We are not just a composition of our actions. And if we were, you right now do not know what lies before you. Could be some great things. There might be more people than Hector that need your help.
was gonna teach me divination magic before he left. So that I didn't have to use necromancy anymore.
That's kind of ironic that we're looking for.
I know.
Apparently I use necromantic magic. So hopefully you're wrong about that whole soul thing.
I hope I am too.
I don't think you're right. You've been wrong about a few things.
I'm sorry for.
What we were going to say also?
Just on the topic of Hector, we have a lead. So, I just guess I wanted to assess whether we wanted to follow on the lead or
Oh, there's
Take a look around.
There's not much of lead, yes.
Does the shit point in a direction?
well, I was
Pinched one up on the way
yes,
around.
Mr. Grinch has kicked it into a nice little
By judging the way that it might have fallen, we can assume that he was facing towards.
I was saying I could go back to the campsite and at least check tracks.
Oh, let's do that.
You looked around pretty heavily. This is stone.
We might just have to keep trying to find any
There's-
other campsites he might have made.
It would be. I'm going out on a limb and thinking that maybe the pillar.
Oh, yes.
Is
Seems interesting.
Which
The-
one?
Yes,
the
anywhere.
one
that
with
it-
the city scaling up.
Aren't there?
So there's
both
one.
pillars have a city?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
So just the one that's
The
near
northwest.
to the wall
I fucking
is.
get it. So it's like lesser city and then like fancy schmancy on the pillar.
It's just sprawl
Yeah.
and then city on the pillar that's
Yeah.
overlooking the rest.
Yeah, you're right. That's probably the safer
If I had to
bet.
guess where any people that would have written something like that would be, I don't know. I don't think that they would be commingling with someone like the other one. Possibly. I don't know.
Do you think this city was made before or after that document?
I have no idea. I'm not expert on Drow. Unfortunately, it looks like our expert or who would know is missing.
Right.
We are looking for them, yes. It seems as though Hector Dollhouse is useful for more than just me. Perhaps he knows what happens to Saul.
That would be
I know what
nice.
happens to soul, but nobody wants to listen to me.
I know, I hear you.
Okay,
I heard you. I agree with you.
thank you.
Alright, let's check some tail.